All right, without further ado, allow me to introduce our second speaker. With over 20 years in the edtech industry, predominantly higher education, he has worked in various international sales and marketing roles for large publishers including Pearson, McGraw-Hill, and Macmillan. More recently, his focus has been on building strategic partnerships with educational institutions, and now specifically with existing and prospective Moodle certified partners in APAC and Canada. Committed to open source and education for all, he is delighted to work with Nephila Web technology, an established Moodle premium partner, and looks forward to supporting and contributing to AI in Moodle transformative teaching technologies in Mood PH 24. So hailing from North London, he has lived and worked in Paris, London, Cambridge, and Sydney. For the last 5 years, he has been based in Singapore, where he lives with his wife and 3 children. So ladies and gentlemen, to deliver a talk on the impact of Nephila Web as a premium partner, a round of applause please for the APAC Channel Manager of Moodle Headquarters, Mr. Max Espling.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. It's a real privilege to be here today. I was actually here last year as well, the previous meet, hosted by Nephila. It's a fantastic event. It was brilliant to see such enthusiasm for education, such enthusiasm for Moodle. And as I look out beyond the stage here, I can see quite a few familiar faces, and I really look forward to talking to some of you later today. Please do come and say hello. If you've got any questions about Moodle, please say hello. And it's actually also great to see such big numbers. I can tell this year we've got even more attendees for the Moot, which is fantastic. And I really want to also say thanks so much to Cheryl and Nephila Web for everything they do, for all the support they give to the Moodle project. This is an absolutely awesome event, and I know they put an awful lot of hard work into it. So thank you very much, Cheryl and the team. So to say a little bit more about me, thank you very much for the kind introduction there. I thought I'd just add a few photos. And this may seem a wee bit cryptic, it may seem a little bit cryptic, but just to tell you a little bit more about myself. As was mentioned, I'm originally from North London, and you'll see we have an image here of Arsenal Football Club, which is basically where I'm from originally. Born and bred around there. And what I sort of particularly, great club. Unfortunately, we didn't win the league this year, but we came mighty close. For those of you that follow football, if you're as obsessive as we are in Britain about that. But what I really love about this photo is it kind of illustrates that Arsenal's a global club. There's lots of flags from around the world, names of other countries around the badge. And here's the 10-years link. That's sort of what I really love about my job. I get the opportunity to work with people across APAC, across the world. And it's really it's such an awesome opportunity. Now, if you follow the 10-years link to the next image I've got, which is of a water park. Why a water park? Well, I kind of see my job as looking after the partners and helping them on their destination, wherever they're from, whatever country they're from, wherever they're trying to go. So I kind of see this as like a complex network of channels and helping the partners get to where they want to go. And sometimes they even compete. Sometimes maybe these water slides compete for sort of people sliding down them. But together it's sort of a really important network, and much like in the Moodle community, together we're all sort of on the same side, so to speak. Finally, a picture on the right-hand side of Singapore. This is where I live and work now. The MBS, which you're probably all familiar with, Marina Bay Sands. And last but not least, a picture of myself and my family just on a recent holiday in Thailand. And of course, I love equally as much as Moodle, water slides, and Arsenal Football Club. To give you a little bit of information about the partner program and where we are with statistics, so I look after 17 partners in total across APAC and Canada, I should add. A bit of a maverick one there, because Canada is not necessarily so close to Singapore or all the rest of Asia, but that's a lovely side of my job as well. 22 partnerships in total, and yeah, we have 71 partners globally. So 71 partners, and that's across EMEA, LATAM, and APAC, with over 106 partnerships, including all of the countries that each partner looks after. And finally, 64 countries in total, really kind of like showing the kind of global impact of Moodle. And that, the most recent one, I believe, being Bulgaria. And one thing to say about these partners, you know, they're all, of course, many of you will be very familiar with Nephila Web. All of the partners are kind of very different. They're very different in terms of size. Some are especially large, have more employees than Moodle. Some are just a husband and wife team, so sort of very, very, very small. But you know, they all pack a punch in a very different way. Some of our partners have an education background, some have more of a technical background. Some might also do some specialisation work in translation. Some might be sort of more involved with content or sort of other aspects as well. So it's a really, really interesting mix in terms of size and skills. And here we have, actually might be easier if I take this off. So I had to look at some of the slides as well. Just to give you an idea of where all of our partners are based. So we have 3 in Australia, 2 in New Zealand, 3 in Japan, 2 in Taiwan, 1 in the Philippines, Nephila Web. Also have 1 in Malaysia, Modern LMS, who are represented here today by Sam Suresh. Oh, thanks very much, that's a bit easier actually. Yeah, we've got 1 in Malaysia, represented here today by Sam Suresh, 1 in Singapore, 1 in Thailand, 1 in Vietnam, 1 in Bangladesh, and 2 in India, and not forgetting all the way over here, 3 in Canada. Show you those. Premium partners, there's actually fewer in APAC. We've got 2 in Australia, My Learning Space in the Gold Coast, north of Australia, and Catalyst, whose head office is actually in Wellington, New Zealand, and they do have offices throughout Australia, the main one being in Sydney. Closer to where we are today, we have e-learning company in Tokyo, Japan. Some of you who were here last year may recall meeting them here last year. I don't think they're coming this year, but they've got a very close relationship with Nephila Web, which is great to see. And of course, obviously, the other premium partner is Nephila Web, based here in Manila. And they're the only premium partner in Southeast Asia you'll see here. So very, very significant for the territory. So why are, what's so great about Moodle partners? Well, I think there's a number of things here. I think the first thing I want to say is, and how I really see my partners is, they're solution providers. You know, they're there to help people, customers with a specific problem, find a specific solution. So that's very much sort of like their ethos, and that's very much what you'll get when you're working with a partner, no matter how complex. They're also there to help customers and clients on board with an e-platform or upgrade their e-platform. And they're there as well to help with like the specifics like customizations, training, integration, implementation, design, etc. So anything you're kind of looking to do specifically with your LMS. I mean, another really important thing to say about Moodle partners, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in a bit, is that they're certified. They're certified by us at Moodle HQ, so you can really be sure that you're getting that quality. They're certified in terms of technical ability and customer service. And last but not least, the big thing I wanted to say, kind of like just illustrated by this diagram, is that Moodle partners really do contribute to the Moodle project in a very big way. Anything they make in terms of revenue, a percentage goes to Moodle HQ. That's partly my job to collect the money, if you like. Not always, never in an aggressive way, but there's always a percentage goes back into the Moodle project. And then we also, of course, anything technical goes back into the Moodle project as well. So, anything that is anything around a plugin or specific code. So that's really what I'm trying to sort of emphasize with this diagram. You work with a partner, what you give in will go back into the Moodle project. And yes, so what do you get sort of from a Moodle partner versus a non-Moodle partner? I'd all encourage you to pick up this leaflet if you get the chance. These should be scattered around the conference, around the Moot over the next couple of days. But this will sort of really highlight the differences. But I'd just like to spend a little bit of time explaining the differences. So, first and foremost, an obvious thing to say is you're going to have a much closer relationship with Moodle HQ if you work with a partner. There's going to be, they can work on a fuller suite of products, including the Moodle Educator certification and the branded Moodle app. Also, anything in partners are just one step closer in terms of feedback to Moodle HQ, obviously. So they can feedback in, they're going to feedback into the Moodle project. They're there to kind of like directly affect the roadmap. They get priority in terms of bug fixes. They're more involved. They have more involvement when it comes to testing new versions and new updates, which is obviously quite significant. And they have access to the latest patches and updates. Point number 2 here, I've kind of already mentioned it, but just to reiterate, it's significant to say that financial sustainability model, what they actually do, they give back. I've said it already, but please bear that in mind. And thirdly, the certification, quality of service. So, when you're using a Moodle partner, you can be sure that they're certified in things like hosting evaluation. So it's probably a bit hard to read this. Customization and configuration evaluation, and with the development of their plugins. So you're getting something, you're getting that quality, you're getting that certification. Hopefully I'm preaching to the converted here, but I really just want to reiterate the benefits of actually using a partner. And what about a premium partner? Well, I think the main thing to say is with a premium partner, you'll get, premium partners can work with Workplace. And this is exclusive to premium partners. So if you're looking for a solution where you need multi-tenancy, I suppose more generally in a corporate world, but not always. The focus might be on onboarding or I suppose compliance, things like that. Then Workplace may well be sort of something you should look into, and that's something only premium partners can offer. Also, to say about premium partners, they have a very strong. They're very strong when it comes to compliance in terms of security. Not to say that regular partners aren't, but all of our premium partners are ISO 27001 compliant and have cloud compliance standards as well. You're guaranteed that slightly quicker response time, it said 24-hour response time to any queries. They're comprehensive in terms of implementation services, a good example being a single sign-on. And established as well, more established. And that's not to, all our partners are great. You work with a partner, you get a great experience. But premium partners will have that bit more experience. They'll have that bit more evidence. It's quite a rigorous process to become a premium partner. There's sort of quite a bit of tracking. We obviously look into quite a few elements like references and financial factors. But you're going to get just I suppose that kind of elite service, if you like, on consultancy, code development, course and content development, professional hosting, etc. And last but not least, they're dedicated they have a dedicated customer service and sales and marketing function as well. So that's sort of like maybe something that sticks out from other partners. And that's not to say certified partners don't offer the same as well. They may well have dedicated staff, but all premium partners will certainly have that. And looking at this slide, sorry, it's a little bit long for the screen, but I'll try and guide you through this one. Really what I want to say, and this is kind of like the crux of this presentation, is how has Nephila been impactful? How they've been impactful to the partner community, to Moodle. And I think the real sort of the key thing to say is it's been quite a meteoric rise. They've risen very quickly to become a premium partner. They started in 2016 as the first and only certified Moodle partner in the Philippines. They've been hosting this Moot since 2018. Before I joined the organisation, they hosted a Moot every subsequent year, even during the COVID years. This is sort of like, this isn't just any Moot, this is the largest in Asia. It's the largest regional Moot. Part of my job is travelling around Asia, obviously, and attending Moots in various countries. And look out here, I think we're expecting nearly 300 people over the course of 2 days, which is fantastic. This is a really large Moot, really established. And it's international as well. I'm talking this morning, I know there's people here from the University of Guam, there's also people from Cambodia, I'm really looking forward to meeting you, Indonesia, and Malaysia, to mention Sam again. I know Sam's obviously based in KL with one LMS. So it's really, there's a real international flavour here, which is fantastic. 2022, they were made the first Moodle Premium partner in the Philippines and the first in Southeast Asia, just to reiterate. They're the only one in Southeast Asia. They're also the only partner that actively sell the branded Moodle app across Southeast Asia. And in fact, they're actually the only partner that they won the 2021 Moodle Award for BMA Service Provider of the Year. They're actually the only partner as well in APAC that work with all of our main products. That's Core LMS, Workplace, BMA, and the MEC. But what's really impressed me, especially since I've joined Moodle, I've been here just over 18 months, is how committed they are to the partner program on a global level, how involved they are with the partner program on a global level, and Moodle as a whole. They're regular contributors, not just in terms of the forum, but they're regular contributors when it comes to best practice, and that really sort of ties in with what we're here for today, the regional Moot. This Moot is a benchmark for the rest of the world. It really is. It's something that people have learned a lot from if they're looking to organise and meet other partners across the world, and it's incredibly highly respected. And Sharon and Nephila have been very kind enough to kind of feed that back into the rest of the community, which is only good for Moodle as a whole. They're also always present at the Global Moot. They were there. It's great to see Roy there last year in 2023, and I know there's plans for them to come to Mexico, where this year it's happening in Merida in Mexico. I do realise that we need to have a global Moot in Asia, and that is coming. I'd love to give you sort of a confirmed year, but all I can say is that it will. I think in the next couple of years we will have a global Moot in Asia. And probably shouldn't say this, but sort of off the cuff, Manila would be an excellent destination. So let's see what can happen. I'll try and use what influence I have within HQ, but I appreciate that be something that would be really beneficial going forward, and it's something that's certainly noted. Yes, they're a regular co-sponsor at EduTech Asia. Since I've been here, Nephila have always helped with that event, and that's been fantastic for the Moodle brand. I hope they've also got a lot out of it as well, but it's great to have that support. And yeah, as I've said already, a regular presenter at our global partner meetings, and long may that continue, so thank you very much for that. Yes, and just I really want to sort of highlight a few of their projects. So some shameless sort of name dropping here. I know many of you are here today, but I think kind of my main sort of reason for doing this is I really want to get across just how strong Nephila are in terms of building relationships. So I know they've been doing a lot of work with the Philippine Tax Academy recently, which is a very important institution in Philippines for government tax workers, and I understand they also do some work with select private sector applicants as well. And they've done quite a lot of work here in 2023, upgrading the existing e-learning system, providing the IaaS, and providing an LMS that's user-friendly, adaptive, and scalable. And actually also this example highlights a huge strength of Nephila in their training. I know they've trained a lot of people here, teachers, site admin, H5P content, and they've done some work with the NEC. There's a few photos here, sorry, just to sort of illustrate the point on my right-hand side. But yes, the centralized web portal is a huge plus point with this relationship. I know it enhances security from the PTA's point of view. It makes it easier to manage user access and view individual enrollments. And it provides sort of access to affiliate institutions as well, which I understand was an important part of the brief as well. To sort of mention this, to mention a few other kind of customer achievements, again, shameless name dropping, I know some of you are here today. The Department of Agriculture, I know they've done quite a bit of work with them. Department of Agriculture, very important in terms of training all agricultural staff, as well as providing farmers with reports and analysis of all sort of critical activity within that domain. And Nephila have provided the implementation to deliver training and courses, managed the hosting, and they've done further training. Another name drop for the Stairway Foundation, you might definitely heard it here today, which do a really important job. They're a not-for-profit organisation helping with children. And like a big part of that is cybersecurity, which is obviously a huge issue at the moment. And again, Nephila have been active here. I understand you've actually worked together since 2020, but more recently in 2024, Nephila have actually taken on the role of hosting the Stairway Foundation's Moodle as well, and training admin and course creators. And the final example here is Join the Stouch, again, another not-for-profit organisation who are there to do some valuable work in terms of improving the quality of life of Filipino families. This is something that I know you've helped out with, like their 2024 Hopeful website, and to help them deliver the Moodle tools so they can teach the courses. And of course provided more training again with course creators, content development, developers and site admin. I might not have got it across in this slide, but also, if I haven't already mentioned it, I just want to say what a diverse audience Nephila have as well. It's not just schools, higher education, it is a lot of not-for-profit organisations, government organisations as well, and corporates as well. So they really do work across the board. And there's definitely examples of international as well. So they're absolutely spreading their wings. And just a shout out to a few other companies. So this is sounding incredibly shameless, but I know they've done some great work on workplace as well. For examples here, there's Sea Oil, I know a massive company in the Philippines providing fuel for the shipping industry, huge in the Philippines. And there's also the Standard Hospitality Group, I know definitely here today. I was chatting to Darwin yesterday. I'm very keen to try one of these Japanese restaurants. But I understand, that's been another great sort of success story with Workplace. There's also Hedgie Philippines here, another example. And finally, I know here today the medical city. As I understand, it's like an institution that looks after the network of hospitals and clinics within Philippines and Guam. So some really interesting projects here. And yes, I'd like to share a few photos. Yes, these are all from work the Philippines have done. Work Nephila have done in the Philippines. Some lovely photos of last year's Moot. Another excellent rendition of the national anthem this year, and a very beautiful performance last year as well. There's some contract signings here as well, all important, with Joy Nostalgia, and I think this is with SGHI, yes, as well. And there is, in the middle of all this, we've got Cheryl talking to Takeshi, who's the CEO of eLearning Co. Again, sort of reinforcing that strong relationship Cheryl and the Nephila place on having with other partners, which is really sort of crucial. It's absolutely what I want to see as the partner manager. Yeah, and the team itself as well. And just to explain this this was an awesome night. We went to a restaurant in the Intramuros region of the Philippines last year. I learned a lot about the history of the Philippines and also learned that I really can't dance. But that was a fantastic night. The Japanese partners there again, eLearning Co there. A few more photos, this time from around the world, because I really want to get across the global impact Nephila have. This is, we've got the top right-hand corner here. This is Laurie and Daira at the Japanese Moot in 2022. And then lots of lovely photos from EduTech Asia over the past couple of years. You'll see scattered here some strange, a strange whiskey bar restaurant we ended up in. And we don't just go to restaurants. And then over here, it was great to see Roy at last year's Global Moot, talking with Wirus here, one of our certified integration partners. And lots of, and I think possibly the one I like the most of those, maybe not, is in the top right-hand corner there, just kind of absolutely asserting the collaboration with eLearning Co and Sam from Modern LMS, who's the CEO of our partner in Malaysia. And last but not least, I just want to emphasise this. I know, second year I've been here, I know you guys and Nephila work incredibly hard to put on this event. And just a real big shout out to everybody involved here. I think this was quite late on the night before the meet, and that just shows the dedication of the team, like the effort they put, and also, and still smiling. They've probably been working like 12 hour plus days that day. So a big thank you to them. And that's really it from me. So any questions? Any questions on the partner program? Anything specific to premium partners or Nephila itself? If not, please do feel free to come and say hello. I'll definitely come around the tables as well.
All right, before that, thank you very much, Mr. Max Astley, for that informative talk. I'm sure Nephila takes pride for hosting the largest regional Moot in Asia. And I'm also sure that we look forward to having a global Moot here in Manila. So as you've already opened the floor, you may have questions in mind. So please feel free to approach the microphone in front for your questions. Any questions, especially those from the back or in front? All right, there being no other question, so to express our gratitude to our esteemed speaker, I would like to call on stage Nephila Web Technologies President and CEO, Ms. Cheryl Villaraman, to present the Certificate of Appreciation, which reads, Moodlemoot Philippines 2024 presents the Certificate of Appreciation to Mr. Max Astley in grateful recognition for sharing his invaluable knowledge and experience to the participants of the Moodlemoot Philippines 2024. So once again, thank you very much, sir. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Max Astley.